Hey, this is Sal, and this is my show. What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about big, scary assault weapons. Now this video isn't to talk about whether or not they're necessary or whether or not we should have them. I've already done a separate video on that. What this video is meant to address is basically what an assault weapon is, what defines it. Mainly just because I'm hearing that term tossed around a lot by the media and politicians. So let's get to it. Now, I know this topic has been beaten to death by other YouTubers and other people talking about this sort of issue, but I still got some requests to make this video, and also there are just still people out here who don't know what it means. And so until that knowledge is widespread enough where I don't feel like I have to make this informative video, well, here it is. For those of you who don't know, the term assault weapon is actually a word invented by bureaucrats to describe a weapon based on its cosmetic features, on its aesthetics. According to the Stanford Law and Policy Review, let's see, and this is a quote, prior to 1989, the term assault weapon did not exist in the lexicon of firearms. It is a political term developed by anti-gun publicists to expand the category of assault rifles. End quote. Now that should tell you something right there. Basically, they were hoping that an uninformed public would naturally draw the correlation between the words assault weapon and assault rifle and think they were the same thing. Pretty much what they wanted was they wanted us to think that every other person walking down the street was hiding an assault rifle underneath their coat, when in fact fully automatic machine guns were already regulated highly by the National Firearms Act of 1934 and the Gun Control Act of 1968. Personally, it kind of offends me just a little bit that my own government would think that I'm that dumb. And, you know, maybe you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know that those laws were already on the books. But that's just the kind of ignorance that the gun control advocates were banking on. But ignorance can be conquered by knowledge, and now you know. But in case it's not clear, for the record, I'm going to state that assault weapon is not synonymous with machine gun. So if an assault weapon isn't an assault rifle, then what is it? Well, according to the 1994 assault weapons ban, quote, an assault weapon refers to semi-automatic firearms that are able to accept detachable magazines and possess certain features, end quote. And as an addendum, specifically aesthetic features. Now, according to this, the AR-15 is an assault weapon, and it's probably the most heavily debated assault weapon in the world, mainly because it bears a striking resemblance to the US military's M16, but it's not the same gun. So what makes the M16 an assault rifle and the AR-15 not an assault rifle, but instead an assault weapon? Well, let's go over the characteristics of the M16 and break it down. Now, for those of you who are educated on this topic or are in the know as far as more modern firearms are concerned, this next part's going to be a little boring for you, and I'm sorry, but like I said earlier, this video is mostly for people who aren't in the know or, you know, who are new to this field. So, let's see. The M16 was introduced, I think, around 1962, you know, just in time for Vietnam, basically. It's classified as a lightweight, magazine-fed, gas-operated, air-cooled, shoulder-fired weapon. It is select fire, which means it can fire semi-automatic or fully automatic, which means it will continue to fire a constant stream of bullets as long as the trigger is held down or until the magazine runs out. As per the Gun Control Act of 1968, civilians were barred from buying newly manufactured machine guns. And so the machine guns that do still exist and are transferable cost upwards of several $1,000s and require extensive amounts of government paperwork. So no, every Joe Schmuckatelli on the block isn't packing Rambo-grade hardware like our wonderful Washington-dwelling politicians would like to have us believe. As stated before, fully automatic weapons or machine guns have already been banned or restricted and defined not once but twice. My throat's starting to bother me, so I think I'm going to pop a cough drop here before we proceed. So no, this gun that I hold in my hands is not an M16, it is not fully automatic, and it is not a machine gun. To clarify, this weapon is semi-automatic, which means I pull this trigger once, one round goes off. I can pull it and hold it down all day long. Only one round will go off until I release the trigger and pull it again. This weapon only has two modes. It goes from safe to fire. It's pretty much on or off. That's all it does. And as far as I know, all stock AR-15s work that way. They're all semi-automatic. So basically, all it has in common with the M16 is how it looks. And so anyone who tries to tell you that AR-15s are machine guns is either just ignorant, which is bad, or being willfully disingenuous, which is even worse. Really, the AR-15 operates the exact same as my handgun, which you've seen, a semi-automatic shotgun, a double-action revolver, any other semi-automatic rifle. Oh, and as a side note, the AR in AR-15 stands for Armalite, the company that originally produced it, not assault rifle, as a lot of people wrongfully believe. So, Armalite, AR. So, Sal, what makes your AR-15 an assault weapon? Well, since assault rifles or machine guns were already restricted and a complete ban on all semi-auto rifles would be nigh impossible to pass, politicians decided to ban weapons that shared cosmetic features with the M16 or M4 family and define them as military-style weapons. Hey, I've got a fun activity. Let's run through the parts list that they drew up that defines the assault weapon, and I'll let you decide how that makes my weapon any more deadly than, Grandpa's old squirrel rifle. Number 1, a flash hider or compensator on the end of the barrel. And their reasoning behind this is that with it on there, it makes the weapon easy to control. Yes, because if I were to take that muzzle device off the end, I'd have absolutely no way of controlling this weapon. It'd be all over the place. Guys, come on. Number 2, the pistol grip. Yes, because I'm having such a hard time holding this weapon without it having a pistol grip. I mean, it could just fly out of my hands at any moment. You never know, right? Really? Really? And number 3, possibly the most ridiculous thing on this list, is that having a collapsible stock makes this weapon more concealable. Okay, so let's do this. Let's stick this thing down to its farthest, to its shortest length, and let me just go ahead and let me hide this thing under my shirt. Just give me a second. All right. Perfectly concealed. Oh, wait. There we go. No one will ever know that I have this weapon. It is completely hidden from sight. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this. So, I hope you enjoyed watching me, shove a 30-inch chunk of steel at my shirt. But really, in all honesty, can we just simply agree that the notion of assault weapons being any more deadly than other semi-automatic weapons in their class is just, it's foolish? Yeah, me too. Um, all weapons have the capacity to harm and should be treated with respect. But to say that the AR-15 is the same as an M16 is just, it's a lie. And to try to paint it as such is just dishonest. But anyway, y'all, that's it for now. I am so glad to be back. You don't even understand. Um, I'll probably make another video on this topic, on assault weapons, and why banning them again won't do anything. So I guess for right now, consider this a part 1. And, keep an eye out for a follow-up. But this video, like I said, was purely to talk about what an assault weapon actually is and why the name itself that it was given is misleading. As always, thank you for watching, and I really, really hope you learned something from this. And I encourage you to show this video to others who may not know the difference and they only listen to the lies that the media presents them. But anyway, I look forward to your feedback, as always, and stay safe out there. See you next time.